All right. Why don't we go ahead and begin? First and foremost, I'd like to invite everybody here to the Ames Fire Department recognition ceremony. My name is Paul Sandoval, and I would invite everybody to please stand for the presentation of the colors if you're able to do so.
Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes in bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Order, arms. Right, please. Forward, march.
Please be seated. I would like to introduce the following individuals that I'll be assisting with the ceremony today. Today we have Mayor Ann Campbell, we have Assistant City Manager Bob Kindred, and Fire Chief Shawn Bayouth. Over here to my left, we have retired Assistant Fire Chief Lynn Manhart. He was from the Council Bluffs Fire Department, but more importantly, he's been assisting with the 2015 Recruit Academy here in Ames, and Deputy Chief Richard Higgins. I would also like to recognize the following recipients: Lieutenant Eric Fascio and Lieutenant Doug Neys. The following firefighters: Firefighter Sarah Chingren, Firefighter Rickey Thompson Jr., and Firefighter Kylie Robb. At this time, I would invite Assistant City Manager Bob Kindred to the podium for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Chief. It's really an honor to be here today with all of you, and especially our honorees, and be a part of this ceremony. I'm quite prejudiced, but I really believe the city of Ames is one of the greatest cities in this nation, and am so proud of the organization that we have, a citywide organization to serve our citizens and those that visit here. We recently celebrated the 150th anniversary of the city of Ames, and it wasn't that many years after, 150 years ago, when a need for fire protection was recognized and the fire department was established. I like to walk in the main door to Fire Station 1 and on that hallway and see the photographs of fire chiefs back through the generations, some of which have probably served 100 years ago. As I think about what we're here to do today, who we're here to honor, it really seems to me that these 2 new lieutenants and 3 new firefighters are really a part of those generations of public servants that have served here in this community. there are chiefs and commanders and captains and lieutenants and firefighters through the generations that have served. And many of them are today really nothing more than pictures on the wall and memories. But you, 5, really represent today and the future of this department and the service which this department has provided and will continue to provide to this community, saving and protecting lives. So I'm just so pleased that Lieutenants Fascio and Neys can be recognized, and that firefighters Rob and Chingren and Thompson will be pinned today as the next stage, the next step in this service of excellence that's been provided for generations. And you really are the future and set the tone for the generations that will follow. So again, on behalf of the city administration, welcome to everyone, and particularly congratulations to you 5.
Thank you, Mr. Kindred. At this time, I would invite Assistant Chief Lynn Manhart to the podium so he could visit about the Recruit Academy.
Anyway, thank you everyone for being here. Now, we've been pretty compressed for the last 4 weeks, so I used to have a little sign or talk to them a little bit. So what does this mean? That means it's a good day, right? We're done with the Recruit Academy, and we think we did pretty well, so that's a good thing. Anyway, like I said, thanks everybody for being here. Also, I want to congratulate the 3 newest members of the fire department and the 2 newest lieutenants. I'm not supposed to talk about the lieutenants, but I do want to say something. They helped a lot with the Recruit Academy, and couldn't do without them. Also, I want to thank the city of Ames for allowing this to happen, because I know that hadn't been done before to the extent that it is now. Also, I wanted to thank all members of the Ames Fire Department for making the Recruit Academy a successful experience. We had over 50% of the department. I got the roster, and I wanted to count up how many different people helped out in making this successful. It was over 50% of the department took part in the hands-on training, and over 2/3 of the command staff took a big part in doing the training. So that's not normal in the real world. And so I want to congratulate you and the department for being so involved, which is going to help them become better firefighters. Let's see. I got a couple other things, and then I don't want to stick up here too long. Anyway, did I talk about the Bureau? Fire Service Training Bureau? They were very helpful in supporting us. We borrowed stuff from them. We went over to their training ground, so we definitely want to thank them. They're always important in making things happen. There's a few things that I like to do during a Recruit Academy, and I don't tell them ahead of time, but I'll ask them, and there's kind of like rules to live by when you're involved in an academy or group getting together. And the first thing is to learn every day. The second thing is to laugh every day. Another rule is that the more you practice, the luckier you get. Clean up your own mess. Always protect your head. Practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect, and I think you guys understand that one, right? We did a lot of things over and over and over, and that's basically how we learn in the fire service. So they did a good job. You probably couldn't have 3 different personalities than this group. But the interesting thing is when people come together and work really hard, which they had over the first 4 weeks, I mean, I could look at them some days and I knew that they'd probably had enough for that day. And so you can kind of see that. But whatever we put out there, they kept doing it and they kept working hard. And like I said, we didn't get the results yet, but we passed the hands-on for sure, right? Okay, that's good. And so anyway, if they didn't pass, I guess it wasn't worth bringing me up here, so hopefully they passed. Anyway, the last thing, I got one more here that's pretty good. I said, let's see. this is what the guys always told me. It says, don't take yourself too seriously because none of the rest of us do. So anyway, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Chief Manhart. At this time, I would invite Chief Bayouth to the podium.
Thank you. Well, I had a couple different speeches prepared depending on how long Assistant Chief Manhart took, and it wasn't too bad. So, no, on behalf of the Ames Fire Department and the City of Ames, it's my privilege to stand before you as the Fire Chief to welcome everybody here. Mayor Campbell, Assistant City Manager Bob Kindred, Chief Manhart, the Deputy Chiefs, all the firefighters, the fire officers, and the friends and family members that are here, both on and off duty firefighters as well. We appreciate the support. Everybody taking a few moments out of their busy schedule to recognize these people here. It's encouraging to see all of this, especially from city administration and, like I said, the on and off duty firefighters, which is great. It's such a tribute, really, to the significance of this ceremony that everybody's here, that we get a chance to recognize what these promoted officers, recently promoted officers, what they've gone through, and then, of course, what our newest firefighters, what they've experienced and how they've done such a great job. So, to begin with, we're recognizing the three newest firefighters with the City of Ames, and that, of course, is firefighter Sarah Chingren, firefighter Rickey Thompson, and firefighter Kylie Robb. It's really an honor that you've selected the City of Ames. You've heard that a couple times. You'll probably continue to hear that. This city, this community, and especially this organization to serve your career in the fire service. You're really joining one of the most professional fire departments throughout the state of Iowa, and you should be proud of what you've done. But again, we come from humble beginnings, as Assistant City Manager Bob Kindred mentioned. In fact, it was almost exactly 120 years ago. It was June 12th, 1895, is when those early villagers decided that there was this significant need to organize fire protection for the town of Ames at that time. And that was because of some devastating fires that occurred down on Main Street. Since that time, of course, there's been a lot of changes. And it was exactly 100 years ago that we became known as the Ames Fire Department. At that time, before that, it was the Ames Hose Company. So it made a lot of changes. 99 years ago, so we move on to 1916, Sam Long was hired as the first firefighter, the first paid firefighter for the City of Ames. He'd been a volunteer since 1909, but in 1916 they hired him. Now at that time, just so we can add some significance to the changes that have occurred, he was required to work 7 days a week, between 14 and 16 hours a day. He was on call 365 days a year, and he got compensated a whopping $75 a month. So thank goodness the mayor and the city management has increased the pay just a little bit to make it worthwhile and lowered the hours as well. So we've got a great job. And of course, we have really come a long way. Where the City of Ames, the citizens that pass through from other towns are protected by some of the bravest and finest uniformed public servants that exist. We respond out of 3 fire stations that are state-of-the-art, more than 4,100 incidents a year. Not just structure fires, we respond to medical emergencies, technical rescue calls, hazardous materials calls, and many, many more types of incidents. What's important to note is that with this exciting career of responding to these emergencies, there's of course a downside. And the downside is it's difficult to think about, but our firefighters, your family members and friends may often find the need to put their own safety at risk when they're helping those others that find themselves in a time of need. So we don't thank them enough for their willingness to show this unparalleled dedication and commitment to public safety. So we thank you for that. Even with all these risks, we're hoping that your dedication to this public service, this compassion that you have for the job, as well as your love for fellow human beings, will continue to fuel the passion that you'll need for a lifelong career here. So Lieutenants Eric Fossio and Lieutenant Doug Neys, you've both been extremely successful in your career. 16 years and 14 years, respectively, of dedicated service to the city of Ames. We thank you for this. You've made tremendous impacts on our department, and we appreciate that. And you both certainly represent the city of Ames well. You've proven that you understand what it means to be a lieutenant in our organization. And you share this total city perspective, so you help and you look for ways to improve not just our department, but the city and all the other departments as well. And we appreciate that. We know you both will have long and successful careers with our department, and we look forward to your continued contributions to our organization as supervisors, but especially as leaders as well. In fact, we look forward to the years ahead for all 5 of you and what it has to offer as you grow and you blossom, and at some point you reach for even further opportunities of advancement through your careers. Though there's still much to learn, isn't there? Whether you're a firefighter, a new firefighter, or you're a lieutenant. We're hoping that through the significance of this ceremony that you really see that there is a long line of tradition that you heard about through our Assistant City Manager, that you're now going to follow in those footsteps. The importance of the uniform that you wear, and of course the impact to the public of the badge that will soon be pinning on those uniforms. Again, we thank you all for selecting the City of Ames for your career choice, and especially for being part of our highly dedicated, talented, and professional team, a lot of which that you see in some of the back rows here. So with that, I congratulate firefighters Chingren, Thompson, Rob, and Lieutenants Eric Fossio and Doug Neys. And I'm going to turn it now back over to Deputy Chief Paul Sandoval to formally recognize you all, both our 3 newest firefighters as well as our 2 newest fire officers. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Bayouth. At this time, I would invite Mayor Campbell to the podium to administer the oath to the firefighters. Would the following firefighters please come forward? Sarah Chingren, Rickey Thompson Jr., and Kylie Robb.
You'd like me still behind the podium, right? Well, it's my honor to welcome again, along with Bob and the Chief, all of you to being some of the newest city employees and the very important responsibilities that you have in front of you. So it's my honor now to give you the oath that seals your responsibility in this job. I will do it one at a time and ask you to repeat after me as I read the words for you. So, Sarah, we'll start with you. Your name.
I, Sarah,
Thank you. Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to recognize the badge of my office
to recognize the badge of my office
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
laws of the state of Iowa,
laws of the state of Iowa,
as well as the missions, goals, and policies
as well as the missions, goals, and policies
of the Ames Fire Department.
of the Ames Fire Department.
I pledge to promote and protect
I pledge to promote and protect
the best interest of the public
the best interest of the public
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
I will never allow personal feelings
I will never allow personal feelings
to deter me from my responsibilities,
to deter me from my responsibilities,
and I will accept the obligations and duties
and I will accept the obligations and duties
of firefighter
of firefighter
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
And I congratulate you.
Thank you.
And we will move next to Rickey Thompson. Rickey Thompson,
I, Rickey Thompson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to recognize the badge of my office
to recognize the badge of my office
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
laws of the state of Iowa,
laws of the state of Iowa,
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
as well as the missions, goals, and policies
of the Ames Fire Department.
of the Ames Fire Department.
I will pledge to promote and protect
I will pledge to promote and protect
the best interest of the public
the best interest of the public
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
I will never allow personal feelings
I will never allow personal feelings
to deter me from my
to
responsibilities,
deter me from my responsibilities,
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
of the office of firefighter
of the office of firefighter
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
Congratulations. And finally, Kylie Rabb. I
I, Kylie Robb,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to recognize the badge of my office
to recognize the badge of my office
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
the laws of the state of Iowa,
the laws of the state of Iowa,
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
of the Ames Fire Department.
of the Ames Fire Department.
I pledge to promote and protect
I pledge to promote and protect
the best interest of the public
the best interests of the public
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
I will never allow personal feelings
I will never allow personal feelings
to deter me from my responsibilities,
to deter me from my responsibilities,
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
of the office of firefighter
of the office of firefighter
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
And congratulations.
Please be seated. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Stay up here. My fault. Good listening skills there. So I'll turn it over to Chief Bayouth for the pinning ceremony.
Thank you, Chief. So there's a long line of tradition with the Ames Fire Department with badge pinning, and it's a wonderful opportunity that we found for friends, family, or loved ones to pin the badge on the newest firefighters. So with that, we're going to do these all together. I'm going to call up a significant other for each one of these, and we'll pin the badges together. So for the first one, for firefighter Sarah Chingren, Miss Connie Munchoff. I'm going to ask her to come up. For firefighter Rickey Thompson, that's Miss Cheryl Thompson. Ask her to come up. And then for firefighter Kylie Robb, that's Mr. Mark Plessel.
Now you can sit down. Thank you. Next are the lieutenants. I would like to call Mayor Ann Campbell back for the oath. In addition to that, I'd like to call Lieutenant Eric Fosio and Lieutenant Doug Neys forward.
Thank you. And again, with your right hand raised. Oh, you are. You've been ready a long time, right? Good. I, Eric Fosio, do solemnly swear
I, Eric Fosio, do solemnly swear
to recognize the badge of my office
to recognize the badge of my office
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
laws of the state of Iowa,
laws of the state of Iowa,
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
of the Ames Fire
of
Department.
the Ames Fire Department.
I pledge to promote and protect
I pledge to promote and protect
the best interests of the public
the best interests of the public
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
I will never allow personal feelings
I will never allow personal feeling
to deter me from my responsibilities,
to deter me from my responsibilities,
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
of the office of lieutenant
of the office of lieutenant
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
Congratulations. I, Doug Neys,
Doug Neys,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to recognize the badge of my office
to recognize the badge of my office
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
as a symbol of public faith and trust.
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
I will support the U.S. Constitution,
laws of the state of Iowa,
laws of the state of Iowa,
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
as well as the mission, goals, and policies
of the Ames Fire
of
Department.
the Ames Fire Department.
I pledge to promote and protect
I pledge to promote and protect
the best interest of the public
the best interests of the public
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
through honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
I will never allow my personal feelings
I will never allow my personal feelings
to deter me from my responsibilities,
to deter me from my responsibilities.
and I willingly accept the obligations and duties
I willingly accept the obligations and duties
of the office of lieutenant
of the office of lieutenant
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
for the city of Ames, Iowa.
Congratulations.
For Lieutenant Eric Fossio, we'll call up Miss Nicole Fossio. And for Lieutenant Doug Neys, we'll call up Miss Brandy Neys.
Next, for our closing remarks, I would invite Deputy Fire Chief Rich Higgins to the podium, please.
Good afternoon. As we come to the end of our recognition ceremony, we want to take a moment and thank the people who have helped make today successful. If I could please ask Lynn Manhart to come join me here at the podium. So I first met Lynn Manhart back in 1998 when I was going through the Recruit Academy. Lynn has trained hundreds of new firefighters across the state of Iowa, including most of the firefighters here at the Ames Fire Department. What I like most about Lynn is Lynn, we're here a little bit closer. Lynn, what makes Lynn such a great instructor is that he truly cares about people, not just about making them firefighters, but about making them better people. Lynn not only taught the new recruits and all the people that have gone through Lynn's classes, he's taught us all how to be better people, how to take care of ourselves, our health, our fitness, so that we can be firefighters for our entire career, just not for a couple of years. So that's what makes Lynn such a great instructor. Lynn, on behalf of the City of Ames and the Ames Fire Department, the recruit class of 2015, we want to present you with a token of appreciation for your dedication and commitment to the Ames Fire Department and our new recruits. It has truly been an honor, Lynn, and I appreciate everything that you've done for the Ames Fire Department and our recruits. So
Thank you.
thank you. Elsa. In the fire service, we actually kind of stole this from the military, but we have what we call challenge coins, and these are specific to that we don't hand out just to everybody. This, we also want to present Lynn with a challenge coin, just as another thank you for all that you've done, Lynn. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
We also want to thank our guests of honor, the people that were here to celebrate: Sarah Chingren, Rickey Thompson Jr., Kylie Robb, our newest lieutenants, Eric Fazio and Doug Neys. Congratulations to you all. We also want to thank our distinguished guests, Mayor Ann Campbell and Assistant City Manager Bob Kindred. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for your guys' commitment to the City of Ames. Thank you to our Honor Guard members, Dave Whitaker, Chad Bundy, Adam Landy, and Commander Tom Hackett, with the presentation of colors, and special thanks to Ann Whitaker. She was the beautiful vocals that you guys heard on the national anthem, so thank you to you guys. And finally, we want to thank you, the family, the friends, and the coworkers who are here today in support of our honorees. It is through your sacrifice, your love, and your commitment to these individuals that we are here celebrating their achievements, so thank you. This concludes the formal portion of our recognition ceremony. We want to invite you guys to stick around and congratulate our honorees and enjoy some refreshments that we have at the back table. So thank you.